I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Entire hour. Are you pouring coffee? Daniel, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
told me that you're 2 minutes away. When are you going to be
In
here?
like five minutes.
5 minutes?
Daniel?
Mm-hmm. Oh! Ladies, we're ready.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Congratulations. When are you due?
Good day with Daniel Bennett.
Good day. Welcome to another episode of Good Day. My name is Daniel Bennett. I'm glad to have you join us. And no matter what's going on, you can choose to have a good day today. That's really the theme here. We're focusing on the positive, how to make a good day out of a potential bad day, things like that. Before we get started, I want to kick things off by talking about how to apologize. Now, I have on YouTube, there's a full hour or maybe a couple hours of teaching that I've done on how to apologize, but I just want to do a really quick, like 4 or 5 minute little mini message on how to apologize, because one of the ways to have a good day is to realize when you made a mistake and to set things right. And one of the ways to have a good day is to make sure other people are also having a good day. So how to apologize? Well, a little bit of context. I have a lot of experience apologizing. It happens when you mess up a lot. When you joke around. Now, most people, I don't joke around with most people, let's put it that way, because it's too risky. When you joke around, there's a high risk that you're going to step on someone's toes, offend someone, all that kind of stuff. So I try to just joke around with friends, or when I'm on a stage in front of thousands of people, or on TV. So I save it for safe spaces. But when you joke around, there's a chance you're going to accidentally say something the wrong way. I mean, just yesterday, someone made a joke to me, and they apologized to me later because it didn't come out right, and it sounded like they're being mean to me. And I was like, I figured you were joking. I've done that too. And so, yeah, apologizing is just part of life. It could be very, very serious things. It could be very lighthearted things. And so, even this show, the intro little skit, I bet has offended some people. I'm sure things I say in the show will offend people. So I just wanted to apologize and get it out of the way. I'm sorry that you don't have a sense of humor. I'm joking. I actually want to talk about that here in a second. So I have 4 quick tips for how to apologize effectively. And that actually is a great intro to my first tip. Apologize, tip number 1, apologize for what you did, not for how they reacted. So when you say, I'm sorry that you, it's not a real apology. It happens a lot. People do this all the time. I'm so sorry that you were hurt by what I said. I'm so sorry that you took it that way. I'm so sorry that you didn't like this. You're not apologizing, you're accusing them of something. That's not a real apology. So, well, before I go further, for all 4 of these tips, the key is to be genuine and sincere. These aren't techniques to fake it. It's, no, genuinely apologize for what you did. And so part of that is saying, this is what I did, and leave it at that. Don't say, I'm sorry that you. And catch yourself. You'll start noticing other people do this a lot. I'm sorry that you were hurt. I'm sorry that you misunderstood me, stuff like that. So don't do that. Tip number 2, your only mission is to apologize. Just apologize, that's it. Don't wait around for them to say, I'm sorry too. Right? So many people start off with an apology and it leads to another argument. That's why some people don't ever apologize. Say, I'd rather not apologize, it'll just make things worse. Well, if we get better at apologizing and get better at receiving apologies, life can go a lot better. So if you wait and say, well, now that I've apologized, let's talk about what you did wrong. Don't do it. Just say, I apologized, I'm going to apologize, I'm done, I'm going to leave. If I need to talk about something else, that'll be a separate conversation. I'm not going to mess up my apology. Just get in, get out. I'm going to apologize and leave. I don't need to wait for you to say that you're sorry too. I don't need you to say, don't worry about it. There's nothing to apologize for, right? See how some people do a test where they're like, I'm sorry. How dare you agree that I should apologize? So don't fall for that kind of stuff. Just apologize and leave. Tip number 3 is let them know that you genuinely see a problem with what you did by saying it and by explaining how you'll make it right or how it won't happen again. That's a really long tip, but I'll break that down, right? You want to show them that you're genuine, not just by saying, I'm sorry. It's not just saying, I feel bad. It's saying that was a problem. and I'm going to make it right. Sometimes that's possible, sometimes it's not. Or here's how I'm going to never let it happen again, right? This can happen in relationships, at work, and family, all kinds of stuff. You say, here's how I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. Again, not all these are relevant in every situation. That's one of the ways you show you're sincere. I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want it to happen again. So show me how. So that's tip number 3. And tip number 4 is accept the consequences. Depending on what it is, there may be different types of consequences. Maybe it's at work and you get fired, or you get demoted, or they don't trust you with something anymore. Or in relationships, maybe someone doesn't want to be your friend anymore. Maybe, there's different levels of trust and access, things like that. Basically, a true apology does not demand that they accept your apology and that things go back to normal. It's maybe I messed things up, maybe I need to rebuild trust, maybe that door is closed now, maybe I lost that job. I'll still apologize. I won't demand that they say, well, if you truly accept my apology, then you won't have any consequences. No, I accept that I made a mistake, and as long as the consequences don't involve something abusive toward you, something out of the question ridiculous toward you, like, well, you stepped on my foot, and so the way to make it right is to buy me a new foot. I don't know, is to give me $1 million. I'm not saying you have to do whatever they say, but my point is simply there might be consequences. It is what it is. You just say, okay, if that's how you want things to be going forward, okay, if I have to rebuild trust or if I never get your trust again, that's fine. So those are my 4 tips. Hope they're helpful. Again, one of the ways to have a good day is to get back up when you mess up. Don't just grovel and just lay and wallow in self-pity and say, I messed up. I hurt someone's feelings. I did something wrong. I made a joke and it came out the wrong way. I forgot something, things like that. Just say, no, I'm going to apologize, move on. So that's one of the tips to having a great day. And so today, our special guest is Tessa Swearengin. I'm very excited. We'll see you in just a moment.
You know, life is tougher than an overcooked $2 steak. But keeping a good attitude, well, that just keeps it all in perspective. How to stay positive in a negative world. Log on to GoodDayGTN.com to get your free copy today.
Welcome back. It's great to have you here. I'm very excited about our next guest. We used to work together, Tessa Swearengin. And thanks so much for doing this show.
Yeah, I'm honored.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it'll probably happen where we're laughing right before the show starts. As soon as it starts, we'll get really serious.
Yeah.
So I believe we have a game we're going to play first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So have you played Heads Up with your phone before?
No.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Sarah's very angry in our intro skit, but that's totally fake. She's so helpful. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So we are going to hold up. So it's called Heads Up.
All right.
We'll take turns. So you can decide if you want to go first or second. One of us will hold up the clues. The other person has to get us to guess the clue on our forehead without saying the word. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So do you want me to go first and you give clues?
No, I'll go first.
Okay.
And you give me the
Sounds good. Oh yeah. So after like 2, 3 wrong guesses, we'll just move on.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Go.
Go for it. These explode with water in Yellowstone, I think.
In Yellowstone?
right?
Hot springs?
Yeah, sort of. It's
oh,
also like a different variation of this is like an old fogey. You say, you old.
Wait, what?
Never mind, that's a weird
I don't
clue.
want to say what I was
That's a
gonna
weird
say.
clue. Never mind. Yeah, no. Dude,
You old?
can we? Okay, so
I don't know.
these explode with
These
water,
explode with water.
right? Am I saying it right? I've never seen one in person, right? So water shoots up out of the ground.
Oh, not a hot spring, but a gusher?
No,
forget
gushing.
it.
Okay,
Can we- okay.
we failed.
Okay.
Okay,
Darn.
next word.
Okay.
Okay, you're getting really hard words. So this is something like it's kind of a quilt. No, not. It's when you have lots of different patterns that are sewn together. I think. I don't know.
I would have called that a quilt.
I'm probably thinking of the wrong thing. It's kind of like, you know how people say a mosaic? Sometimes with culture, they say it's this beautiful blank of.
Collage.
Sort of. I'm describing it very badly. I don't think I've helped you. Can you help me out?
Pattern of.
Sort of. Let's move on. Okay, we're failing.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's
okay.
on me.
So if you go on a long trip, like Marco Polo went on one of these.
Voyage.
Yes,
Thank God.
did it. 1 point.
One.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Oh, there's two there. Did you like that one?
Yeah, I was-
we'll do that one.
Okay, so this is like a cyclone, a lot of wind swirling.
A tornado.
Yes.
Okay. That one.
Finally,
Keep
some
going.
results. Oh, so what I just said? If it's in the water.
Oh, it's a hurricane.
No,
No, oh.
sorry. If it's actually the water spinning around.
Oh, it's a cyclone? No.
No. Or if
In
it's
the
a
water.
type of hot tub.
Whirlpool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and this is a prickly plant in the desert.
Cactus.
A pear. That's right. No, it's a cactus. Okay. So, okay. I can't look at this. Okay.
I don't know why I went
Oh,
with
wow.
pear.
When we work, there's a reason we don't work together anymore. A long story. Yeah.
Tell on me.
You quit because you said God didn't want you here anymore, and then you came back in another role.
That's true.
I can read between the lines.
That's
Okay.
True. No.
Okay.
no.
So now it's okay.
We've been talking a lot about things like this. It happens where there's lots of rain and wind.
Oh, a hurricane, tornado,
Yeah,
storm,
keep going.
a thunderstorm.
2 syllables.
So it's 2 syllables.
And
Flash flood.
and some like
Rain and wind.
Oh, it happens in like Australia, maybe. No.
Fire.
No, it's more with water.
Kangaroo.
Definitely lots of water.
Surfing.
Just
A wave. A tidal wave. That's 3
no
syllables.
wind and rain.
Captain
and,
America. I meant Captain Planet, but that works too.
Okay, it has the word like Jesus is coming.
Today.
No, what does he always say? I'm coming.
Quickly.
The other word.
Fastly. I think we don't deserve this one.
That one.
Okay. Okay. Wait, oh.
Okay. Oh, this is like if you go to Italy and you go into a big church, it's a
Cathedral.
You got it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it tells you which direction you're going.
A GPS.
Or back in the
A map.
day,
A map.
you're holding it in your hand.
A compass.
There we go.
Okay. A GPS again.
Okay, you're looking up at the stars through this.
A telescope.
Yes. Beautiful.
Okay.
That's what it looks like to me. Hey.
I don't know. This is a family.
I have
You literally
no idea what
just
that
spat
is.
on me.
When you see the word, you will
Whoopee
know
cushion.
why. No, it's 1 syllable.
An onomatopoeia.
It's like a car, a little car, but it's
Okay.
got a J in the middle of it. A type of car.
Type of car. You can't give
You
me
know, like
letters
you
of the
hate,
word.
like people like Chevys or
Jeeps.
there's what's another one? Come on, you're
With
so
a J
close.
in the middle?
Yes.
Jaguar. Well, that's not in the
No,
middle.
think about an all-American car.
Ford.
Not a Chevy. Yes, so it's got a J in the middle
Oh,
of that. What is
a
that?
A Ford. Isn't it a fjord?
Fjord?
How do you
What
say
is
it?
that?
Fjord? Okay.
Do we know what that is?
Yeah, I don't think that's half a point. Okay, last one.
Okay, so you're in the desert and you look out and you see this. It's not really there.
No,
It's a
mirage.
There you go.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty good.
Great job.
Okay, you missed. Oh, I missed monsoon.
I was trying. Jesus is coming.
Jesus is coming soon.
Quickly?
Monsoon.
Fastly?
Fjord. Okay. Wow. Okay, I should have gotten monsoon. Those were good clues.
Fjord?
Rainy
What is a
season, I might have
fjord?
gotten. It's something with, it's Norwegian, right?
It looks like to me.
Is it a village or is it like the lakes? Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Can we edit out how
Sorry.
dumb we look? Okay, so you missed a geyser.
A geyser
an
and
old-
a tapestry.
old
I would have
ge-
never got either
an old
one of
geezer?
them. So yeah, no, it wouldn't have
Okay,
happened.
tapestry. I don't know how I would have done tapestry.
Me neither.
Because there's a board
Because-
game called Tapestry, but you wouldn't have known that. But now I think we have some videos. Or what are we doing next, Sarah? Hello? What are we doing next? Is it videos? We have videos. Okay. All right.
They really are making.
This is our most
very
refined,
smart.
our most refined show.
My middle name is Refinement. So.
Okay, so reaction video number one.
Oh, good. Let's see. Oh, poor fella.
Yeah.
These are my fave.
Yeah. Have you seen the video that I think there's a kid with a drum or cymbal
Yeah,
and
and the
broke?
whole drum cage
And he-
falls
he-
in on him, and he keeps playing and just tosses
Well,
the drum cage.
Well, I haven't seen that one. I saw the one where the kid just saluted because it was the anthem or something. He's
Oh,
like, "What do I
even
do?"
better. Yeah.
Yeah. As a
Worship
singer,
fails.
though, yeah, like what goes wrong as a singer?
It's my most embarrassing moment,
Oh, please do,
literally,
please
as
do.
a singer.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is when Joe and I first started Freedom Church, and so
Mm.
it's just a tiny little like group of maybe 40, 50 people in a little room. And so it's very unforgiving, live band, kind of unplugged feel. And I'm on my knees. It's just this sweet moment in the presence of God, singing worship. And it's the song Closer. You've pulled me a little closer, take me a little
Wait,
deeper.
not too much, or we have to
Okay.
pay royalties.
Okay. And so,
Just kidding.
so I think to myself, let's make it past tense,
Mm-hmm.
because he's really already drawn our hearts. And so in that moment, I didn't really pre-think it. It just happened in the moment. So I say, you've pulled us a little closer. And I panicked. And I thought, oh God, I have to make this next line past tense. So all this is happening in milliseconds, and I have to pick right back up on the next sentence. This is what came out. You've taken us a diddle leaper. Taken us a diddle leaper. So that's the kind of things that can go wrong when you're in just a live moment and you have to keep going.
I think that's why people love your church so much.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's why it's called freedom to just be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was.
I told
the work.
Alexis this story once. I probably shouldn't. If the person who did this is watching, I'm so sorry. I'm sharing your story. but one time I heard somebody singing, leading worship, and they burped while singing. And and at first you weren't sure what happened, but she said, "Excuse me," and so then it just confirmed everything. It's like,
there's no guessing
yeah,
what
you're like,
just
okay,
happened.
you just burped while singing, and I was like, that must be
That's-
pretty terrible.
I've never seen that. That's classy right there.
Yeah, you've seen people
That's
fall
class.
over.
Oh yeah.
We used to watch that video so many times. We should get
So
that.
many
We should find that video.
Literally.
It could go viral.
And the girl that did that, she thinks it's just as funny as we
Okay,
do.
good.
So I think she would totally
we would have
be
done
down
it
with
anyway.
that. It just is. It blesses my heart, actually.
I'm shocked that I haven't wiped out on stage yet. Because
Me
at home,
too.
I fall over all the time.
Right?
I bump into doorways. It's like I forget I have shoulders.
Yeah.
And I just walk into stuff. I asked my wife. She's just like, well, I don't know why you run into stuff all the time. And I was like,
No, I almost one time it was on the stage here at the school, and I was walking. It was during one of the productions too, so there was extra stairs and extra platform, and I ran up on the stage one time off of the side, and literally it was one of those you felt like you were falling for 10 minutes, and I'm trying to catch my bearings, and I mean I was determined I am not going to face plant or else. So it was just all slow motion, and I was trying to catch, and I didn't fall. It was good.
yeah.
But it was still
But
super
you looked
embarrassing.
graceful too.
I looked
right?
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time I was about to go teach and I was about to get filmed. And so videos we were going to use for 5 to 7 years for a course.
Yes.
And as I'm walking out, I'm talking to a friend at work. And I didn't realize that there's a giant pillar right there and that there's a trash can there. So my foot got stuck. So I was going to turn and I just slammed my head on this pillar and it felt like iron, like it no give, and it didn't make any noise. That's how solid it was. It didn't like shake. It was a load-bearing pillar. I smashed my head on this sharp thing. it was so close. I almost thought I was dizzy.
Saw stars.
Yeah. And so then I had to go teach, and I looked, and it was just slightly red. And I was like, I got to go teach. I am in so much pain. And so I go and go teach, and when I get down, it was like bleeding. It was like, so while I'm teaching, there's footage out there of it going from like nothing. As I'm teaching, it grew into a welt and started bleeding.
I'm so
while
sorry.
I'm teaching.
That
And I didn't
is
realize, like, oh my,
really-
yeah, that's before we do makeup.
That is so funny. Something like
Yeah.
that I could
Yeah,
laugh
just to
about
see it, like-
20 minutes on, just
Yeah.
replaying it in my mind. And I honestly, I do think people falling and things like that is one of the funniest things on the planet. But I do first make sure somebody's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even then,
yeah. My wife's the same way, so I understand.
Yeah.
Like, it's not my sense of humor usually. If it's really good, I can enjoy it. But
Yeah.
my wife, she loves people falling over.
oh, I think it's
It's
just
like I like a
classic.
bit more like clever observations. And my wife's like, they fell down. I was like, okay.
I'm not typically
Yeah.
the, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, my first reaction is that was hilarious. And then, oh, are you okay? You
Yeah.
know.
When it's our kids, it's because you're like, they got hurt, but sometimes you just have to look at each other and you're like, I can't not laugh. Even though I know they got hurt.
Right.
That was way too funny.
Yeah, as long as they're not like put in the hospital or something. Let's
Even
be
then,
real.
sometimes you can't help it. You can have two emotions at the same time, right?
Yeah, you know, kind of harbor the one. And
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
Yeah. Or we take turns. Who can control
Amen.
themselves,
I
go help,
like
the
it.
other person laugh.
Yeah.
and- yeah.
Amen.
Okay, so we have another video.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Another one.
Can I get a hoya? Can I get a hoya? Can I get a hoya? Can I get a hoya?
Okay. The only thing he has going for him is the sparkly helmet.
It's not bad.
I
can
would
use
watch him simply for the helmet.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that bad.
I mean, he did improve the supercalifragilistic song.
So let me ask this. So
These are
I've asked
great.
people this before, but so many people are told, like, follow your dreams and, the God will make a way.
Yeah.
How do you break it to someone when like
Yeah.
even Sarah,
Now you're gonna get all serious.
so she was in the performance track and Elizabeth asked her to move out of it and be a producer. And I didn't have time to confront her about this, of how that hurt her.
You know,
Sorry, Sarah.
that's what you do. You deflect.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, in all honesty, there are times in life and ministry that because everyone does try so hard to be kind, some people misunderstand kindness with being dishonest. And I'm just being for real, because I actually was brought on into a church staff to lead their worship department, and they had people singing on the front line that they turned off. Their mics were not on. They would just stand there with the rest of the frontline worship team singing their little hearts out, and they didn't know they were turned off because no one had the guts and the honesty to say, this really isn't your gifting.
Yeah.
Like, I know the Lord's given us all gifts, so you actually do have a gift, but this isn't it, and it's doing you a disservice to keep you in this sphere and not be honest, and where you're not even stepping into or developing the gift that's actually in you. And then it was also not a service to the rest of the team who does hear her in their ears or him, and they're trying. So I've seen it all.
I suspect that's how I ended up doing a show. Is no one has the guts to tell me that I'm terrible at this.
Not true. Not true at all.
I was like,
Not a chance.
when are they going to say gotcha?
Yeah, it happens. So like his mama never told him. His mama
Yeah.
never said. Although I mean, I think his goal was to be funny.
Yeah.
So
no,
he nailed it.
Well, have you seen Friends?
Oh,
where
yeah.
Ross shows his like weird music?
No, I
Okay,
actually
it was-
haven't seen that episode.
I for years I'd only seen like a handful of episodes, but then
Okay.
recently I watched a bunch of it.
Okay.
And so anyway, but there's this whole thing. It's super weird,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I'm the best ever." But yeah. So so you're saying be kind to people, but be honest with people.
Yes. Well,
auditions, right?
It's the old speak the truth in love. Like we have to speak truth and be honest. You don't have to be rude or mean about it or laugh at people when they fall. But at the same time, if somebody really doesn't have a giftedness in an area that's going to kind of be pretty visible, I think it's such a disservice to promote that and maybe even foster that. And then what happens, so like one of the girls I had to talk to, they literally wouldn't hear it. She was like, no, you're wrong. My kids have told me I sound like Kim Walker. My husband is no, literally. And so I had to combat that by the grace of God in a kind and loving way, but yet you don't lie to people, you know? I think
but at some point, because my daughter is convinced that she sounds like 𝗙𝗪𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗃.
𝗁𝗵𝗃.
So she'll sing along, break every chain, and she's like, I sound just like her.
Come on, amen.
Yeah.
Well, when you're little, she's still growing into things.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We're like, honey, you can have your own sound. But but I haven't to her yet. 'Cause she's
No,
like,
way too young.
Did you hear that? I sounded just like her. Yeah, that's a secret. That's what I do. So I turn the volume up loud enough to where I can't hear myself.
There you go.
And I pretend I'm Robert Murin.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
I play the David soundtrack.
It works.
Yeah, awesome. So let me ask you, you've been pastoring 7 years now.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of pastoring? Because you're a worship leader, and so you were known for that for years, but now you're a pastor, you're a leader, you have leaders under you, raise up a lot of leaders. I know a lot of people who go to your church.
Yeah. My favorite part of pastoring, I would say, is seeing the growth in others. You know, we have, a church is a big family. So you're going to have, kids, teenagers, young adults, and then, other adults. And it's amazing just to see, maybe areas of needed growth. And then you get to speak into that just on a regular basis while you're shepherding and teaching and discipling and mentoring. And to actually see people take what they're hearing and what they're learning and apply it and then see the growth in those areas is the most rewarding. I mean, Joe and I always say pastoring is the most challenging thing we've ever done, but also the most rewarding as well. So I'd say that would...
A lot of things are like that.
Yeah.
So it's called Freedom. Is there a story behind the name?
No, when God first spoke to our heart about the church, he gave us just two main facts that it would be called, three. Freedom Church, he gave us the name, and right away, we had no clue there was ever any other church in the world named Freedom. We just thought it was the coolest name, fit us, and we were gonna go for it. Then once we got incorporated, because you do that.
Once you try to get a website.
There were, but actually there really was only like maybe two down in the Springs, and they didn't exist anymore actually. So we were the only Freedom Church here in this area. But the Lord told us Freedom Church, Saturday nights, because we're a Saturday night church, and then it would be in Woodland Park. So it was real specific, but that was just the only things we knew to build from.
Awesome.
Amen.
Anyway, we're over time, so we'll wrap up. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Hopefully
Dan.
you'll come back.
Amen.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We'll see you again soon. And remember, today is a good day. Bye.